Honestly, for me, I think that's going to be the best thing to come out of next year, is you're going against pros every day. You know, this year was like that until Nerlens got hurt, and then we was going against Brian Long. You know, Brian Long and Sam Malone. You're not getting better. You know, you're going to dominate in practice and get to a game and struggle. You know, this next year, it's going to be a lot different. And, you know, that's what I'm going to capitalize on is, you know, going at these dudes every day, just because it's not only going to make me better, it's going to make our team better, vice versa. It's going to make them better by, you know, older guys going at them.
How do you feel if the hype is real? You, Alex, Kyle could be coming off the bench.
I mean, it is, you know, what it is, but you know, at the end of the day, you're still going to get better. And, you know, I feel like our, you know, our record will be, you know, a lot better. It'll be back where, you know, Kentucky is supposed to be at.
You said Cal's going to make a lot of changes. You also said after the game that you were going to make some changes after that Robert Morris game, that you wanted to make sure things were different from day one. How do you do that?
Bringing each other together early. You know, Cal always, you know, harps to you about coming together. And we was coming together right when the tournament was happening. And, you know, I think this year started way early, like way in the summer, you know, having team meetings or, you know, going out to eat and, you know, doing goofy stuff together. I think that's what's going to really bring you together. So, I mean, that's one of my big things I'm going to go into the summer with.
What sort of feedback did you get from the NBA? What sort of, I mean, did you hear from people? Did they say, okay, Willie, you look like it's 22 to 23, whatever? What did you get from them to base your decision on?
I mean, I heard a wide variety of things, which kind of, that's what set me off. You know, I heard from anywhere from 8 to 10, 15 to 20, you know, 22 to 25, and you're like, that's pretty, you know, that's the whole dang scale. What do you mean?
Right.
That's everywhere. You know, I didn't feel real comfortable taking a chance on it and, you know, landing somewhere, you know, that I'm not going to be good at or, you know, ended up hurting myself than, you know, coming back and helping.
Willie, I came in late, but easy or tough decision for you to come back?
Easy.
Is there anything, one other thing, I'm sorry, about the freshmen coming in? You guys had similar hype, at least a lot of hype. Anything as a cautionary tale that you can now pass to them? Anything about dealing with the hype or not succumbing to something?
You know, I think the biggest thing I, you know, took from all that is that you got to know from the get-go that it's real. You know, we went into those couple games. You know, we started off really good, and we won those couple games where we lost those 2 games in a row, and it was like, wow, we're really not as good as we thought we were. And that's the biggest thing. Every game you play, it's hype. It's, you know, a Super Bowl for everyone. So I think that's the biggest thing, you know, for the freshmen coming in, is that you have no time to relax when you step in between those lines. And it's all business when you step in there.
Cal said, how are you going to be different next year?
You know, the intensity. I mean, it's different if you make it different. If, you know, it could easily be the same where you come in here and you don't work as hard. But the thing is, I don't think Cal's going to let that happen. And, you know, and those guys coming back's not going to let that happen. Just because of, you know, just how we finish is not, you know, you can't leave off that.
Do you feel comfortable now being a leader? I remember you said earlier last year you didn't feel comfortable because you were still figuring out what to do. Well, you know what to do now, so are you now comfortable being a leader?
Yeah, I feel very comfortable, you know, stepping into a leader role. You know, I already feel different. You know, once the season ended, it was kind of like my whole mentality changed instantly, which I wish it would have changed before the tournament happened. It would have been, you know, I kind of got like a dominating mindset kind of going into this next year. You know, I want to be, you know, the best in everything I do. Before it was kind of like, you know, I'll come in here and, you know, try to do, you know, this time I want to come in here and do it. I don't want to try to do it.